I'm here with the band Perry. Could you please introduce yourselves?
Yes, I'm Kimberly, the big bossy sister.
And I'm Reed. I'm the fearless middle child.
And I'm Neil. I'm the youngest, but I act the most mature.
Trouble,
No,
he's the
true.
trouble.
This is your first time in Scotland. Have you done much today? Like, have you went out?
We actually had 2 days off. So Kimberly went to Paris, so she headed up that way.
I had to get a postcard.
She did. But Neil and I, we went up to Sterling 2 days ago. Then we were in Edinburgh. Is it Edinburgh? Is that
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
We would say Edinburgh.
Yeah, Edinburgh. We went there.
Yeah, Edinburgh.
We went there yesterday and saw the castle and did all that. So
We did the whole touristy thing. We've never been to Scotland before, so.
But I did see the pictures, and it's an absolutely gorgeous countryside. I mean, I'm really jealous. Maybe I should have stayed.
yeah, Neil, he's been doing his. He's been working on his Scottish accent. So I try and tell him not to do it in public, but he doesn't listen.
How good is your Scottish accent?
Well, I feel like it's pretty good, you know, depending on what is that? Is this accurate at all?
It's a wee bit Irish.
A wee bit
It's
Irish.
It's Irish. Okay.
Just a wee bit.
All right. See, I told you.
Can you just tell us briefly a wee bit about your album that you've got out there now?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we our debut album over in the States, we've had out for 2 years now. It was a little bit later getting to Europe and the UK. But of course, our biggest hit off that record was If I Die Young, which is, I think, kind of the song that gave us the legs to cross an ocean and come and play tonight. But we're working on our second album right now. Released the first single called Better Dig 2, and I hear that it's going to be out sometime early next year over here as well. So.
It was cool. We played in Ireland a couple days ago, and they sang If I Die Young to us, but we also hear that Scotland loves to sing too, so it's going to be a fun night.
A great Scottish sing-along.
You are going to love it.
Yes, can't wait.
Have you got like a release date for the new album, or is it still kind of?
I know in the States it'll be out on April 2nd, so usually our release over here follows a little bit longer behind, but we're trying to get home and say, hey, let's put it all out at the same time.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
We're
Fingers
working.
crossed.
What is the best thing so far about international touring? Because like obviously you started it kind of more recently and stuff. So you find that?
I think it's getting to know people from all different places, and especially here in Scotland, everybody's been so warm and welcoming, and it's just really, it almost feels like coming home in some senses.
Well, and I like, you have, anywhere you play, people react to the live music differently.
Yeah,
like
true.
in the States, it's different. Even here in Europe, we were in Sweden, and where else were we? Norway, and they listen to very different than here in Scotland and the UK. So it's always fun to see how different people react.
You guys are a lively bunch. We
Yes.
really love that.
Like just touring in general, what kind of things do you not like about touring? Because obviously everything's kind of like fun when you're out in the road meeting people.
Well, I just don't like it when they lose your suitcase,
Oh,
which
that
is
did
what just
happen.
happened to
Yeah.
me. And you ladies will appreciate this. I lost all my makeup, and I'm not really a girly girl, but you gotta have your makeup. You know what I mean? I know. And we're a hair band here in the
Right.
band, Perry. So the toughest part, I think, is just not having, just trying to make each place that you stop home, and just trying to make it feel as warm and
And the
comfortable as
early
possible.
morning flights aren't fun either.
Oh,
no.
Those are no fun.
Midday flights are okay.
Yeah.
Not the early mornings.
Can you describe each other with one word only?
Ooh, let's describe each other. So Reed and I would describe Neil as, how about...
Mischievous?
Hey.
Mischievous would be a
Mischievous.
very good word for him, because he's our comedian. He also
what they're
stirs
talking
up
about.
the trouble.
No.
Okay, a word for Reed would be, let's think about this, hold on. Reed would be focus.
Focused with a small stubborn
She
side.
said one word.
Let's go with focus.
Okay.
Kimberly, I would put her as, is hard-headed a good one? Tell me.
That's 2 words, can't do
No,
that.
it's a compound word. No, Kimberly, I would put her as fearless.
Fearless.
Ooh, that's a good
That's a
one.
good one.
Fearless or something else.
Okay.
If you could trade places with anyone for one day, who would you want to trade places with?
Oh, for me it would be Beyonce. Because
Kimberly
as the
is
boys know,
obsessed
I
with
wish
Beyonce.
I was Beyonce. I think she's
She
a
tries
hard
to
worker.
dance like Beyonce.
I
It just
do.
doesn't turn out.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? I mean, who wouldn't want to be? I love it. Reed,
Who would I want to be?
president.
Well, yeah. Well, they say I'm really good. They call this thing, or I call it, working on the wear down, which is where I can basically get my way just by repeating what I want.
And that's why I said stubborn.
So, like a lawyer or politician, I might be able to do that.
And then for me, oh gosh, some actor.
He's already an actor.
William Wallace. Well, I guess it would be Mel Gibson and Braveheart.
But
I just
you're still
what?
Sure,
What?
I know. It's hard.
Is that more Irish? Is that Irish?
Just a wee bit.
Wee bit. Okay, I'll work on it.
Sometimes if you roll your R's more, if there's an R in the sentence.
Head and butter.
Yeah.
Edinburgh.
If you roll it.
If you roll it like that, roll it.
Yeah, there you go.
We're
Yeah.
not gonna let him try
No,
it on
don't worry.
stage.
Should it be funny?
Thank you. Thank you.
Do any of you have like a really bad habit that the others can't like stand when you do?
Kimberly's bad habit, I think, is her pet peeves that what she
Messiness.
says are bad habits. Well, she has these weird pet peeves that I would consider her bad habits.
Yeah, well, yeah, Kimberly and I kind of have the opposite bad habits. I think, sometimes too organized. Like, I freak out if things aren't in the right place.
Yes, he does.
Kimberly's bad habit, nothing's in the right place.
Organized chaos. I cannot find anything if there's not a little bit of chaos. And what would your bad habit be?
I
You
don't have
really
any bad
have
habits.
any. Probably Reed stays up way too late, and it's hard for him to
That
get up
is
the next
true.
morning.
If you guys were on My Super Sweet 16, what would your party be like?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Can Beyonce come?
Lots of food for me, probably.
Yeah, for me it would be like throwing the ultimate show, like with all of my favorite artists, which would be the Rolling Stones, and do you?
Oh, that is so
My
cool.
soul sister. The Rolling Stones and probably like that Jay-Z Kanye mashup album.
Which
Yeah.
makes so much
They
sense.
could open for the Stones.
Well,
and
yeah,
that'd
the
be my
Rolling
Sweet
Stones,
16.
Jay-Z, Kanye, it
What
just
about what was
fits.
your Sweet 16? Party be?
Filled with Mexican food and Indian food, probably.
Mexican and Indian food.
Yeah, well,
Quite a
I like
combo.
toss in some Italian as well.
Okay.
Neil probably would what dinner theater, and he would be the main actor.
Yes,
The
you know,
actor in
my
dinner
Sweet
theater.
16 party would be me acting on stage somewhere.
Because
Seriously.
his entire life
Is an
is
actor.
Seriously, like, I act all the time.
Yes,
Is
he's
that
Not
fun?
not officially, but
Just in your free
just
time.
for the fun of it.
If you guys were an animal, what would you be?
I would be probably a lion, both because of my personality and
And
my
look at her
mane
hair.
of hair.
It's like a mane.
According to the Chinese calendar, I'm a dragon, but I would probably be more like a horse.
Thoroughbred.
Is that a good
Yep.
thing? Okay.
I was going to say horse.
Oh,
Okay.
that would be
No.
You would be like you.
Don't say
puppy
snake.
dog.
Oh, a puppy dog. Okay, that's good.
But like what kind? Like an English bulldog, maybe?
Bloodhound.
No, I would be more like a maybe a bulldog.
Yeah.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Ooh, mine is a toss-up. It's between if you could mash Taylor Kitsch from that show Friday Night Lights up with Ryan Gosling, that would be my celebrity crush.
Reed.
Yeah, right. My star is Megan Fox.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
is foxy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You think she was named that on purpose?
Probably.
For me, it's Charlize Theron
Ooh.
in Snow White. Oh,
Oh, you like her in that movie?
Oh, yeah.
She was wicked in that movie.
that made her even hotter.
Oh, okay.
What bands and artists do you guys listen to? Like maybe new artists that people should check out?
Ooh, we
There's-
always throw back a little bit old. Like I love the Rolling Stones, Michael Jackson.
There's this great band in the States. They're called the Avett Brothers, and they're really cool.
Oh, yeah.
They started out as like these heavy metal musicians, but now they play like banjos and acoustic guitars, so they have a really cool blend.
For me, there are actually two that I'm really loving right now. One is Alex Clare. He just came out with a single not too long ago, but I knew him, like, knew his music before he was even signed, so I've been a huge fan of his. And then there's this really great rock and roll band over in the States called Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, and they've got some really, really cool music.
Yeah.
They're cool.
I actually just discovered a wee band not long ago, and I showed Lauren in college,
Is it?
and it's actually a band that you write with sometimes.
Who is
The
it?
Henningsons.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
actually love them. They're so
Nice.
good.
They're
Yeah,
some
they're
of our
really
dearest
cool.
friends, and we co-write with them basically on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
Anytime we're all in Nashville, we pile in a room, we talk for a couple of hours and
Yeah.
write for about
Yeah.
30 minutes. But they're some dear friends of
You
ours.
can hear the similar sounds as well, kind of like these are both kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Very
they're so these are all
Absolutely.
really good.
Yeah,
Discovered them
thank
recently. Where is your favourite place so far internationally to play?
Well, we haven't played in Scotland yet, and I have a feeling that after tonight, that will be the answer. We're so excited to be
I think you're
here.
gonna have to get a bigger venue next time.
Well, we are
Definitely.
planning to come back over a couple of times next year, and so, the goal is really just to try and win as many hearts tonight as we can, and then keep building the audience.
Should be too hard.
Oh, we'll do our best
Thank
for sure.
What is your favourite song to play live?
anyone that anybody will sing along with. Right now, for me, it's our new single, Better Dig 2, because it's so cool. It starts on this banjo lick, and people are already recognizing it, and it's just so cool to see that kind of reaction with such a new song.
And then for me, it's a song called Independence that was off our first album. It's really connected to the European crowd, so it's made it extra fun to play over
We'd
here.
love to release it over here at some point.
We would.
And then we play Fat Bottom Girls, and that's always fun to play. We
I've
love
seen that. It's
That's
really
my
good.
anthem, you know. But Neil sings it. It's great.
First time I heard just play of it, I just thought my dad just played it in the car, and I just thought, love my mum. That's so mean. But my dad just says like, "That's your mum's song."
I know. Hey, I'm proud of it. I mean, I always say, Fat Bottom Girls, we make the rock and roll world go round. It's classic.
Just gotta own it.
I love it.
If you take one of your song titles to describe your life, what would it be?
That's a really good question. Well, if we keep running at this pace, If I Die Young would
Yeah.
probably, we're moving so fast these days. For me, it would probably be, oh man.
For me, I think it would be independence. You know, that sense of, you know, stepping out into the world. And I kind of feel like coming over to Europe is another, you know, step in stepping out and kind of finding your feet.
We have a song, it's called Lasso, but our kind of alternative name is Texas Tornado. I don't know why, but life feels like a tornado sometimes.
It does.
Yeah.
If you could have written a song by any other artist, what would it be?
There are so many. Probably if we had to pick one, well, for me it would be Let It Be. You know, Paul McCartney, of course, wrote that song, and it's like my all-time favorite.
Probably Honky Tonk Women by the Stones. Go ahead.
Probably The Dance by Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
If you could go on tour with any two bands or artists in the world, dead or alive, who would you most want to go on tour with?
The Rolling Stones would be
Yeah.
number one. What is your number two? Mine would be...
You answer, Reed. I'm
I'm trying to think. Loretta Lynn would be a good one. We could do that. What else?
Well, there's only two. So,
Oh.
some mashup between the Rolling Stones and Loretta Lynn. And then the Big Bear. We would be the opening
Yes.
opening
Yeah.
act.
Have you had any like strange fan experiences? At all?
I'm trying to think.
Did you say strange?
Strange.
Sometimes we get asked to sign strange things.
Yeah.
And we had a toilet seat come through the line one
Yes,
time,
we
which was
have.
interesting. And all we wanted to know was, has this been used?
No.
And as long as
Kimberly
it-
did sign a hairy rear end
did.
out in California.
I was going to
Kimberly.
leave that one out of the
No,
story.
wow.
It still gives us night terrors, really, that one.
Oh, wow.
We threw the pen away.
Yeah.
Did you have any last words that you wanted to say to your fans or people that maybe just started listening to us?
Just that we're so excited to get boots on the ground here in Scotland and in the UK. And, you know, we're really hard workers, so our goal is to keep coming back over and building the fan base. So if you like the music, please spread the word.
Yes.
And,
And come out to the next show.
Yeah, and thank you so much just for the opportunity to play on your stages. It's an honor.
Pretty good. Thanks a lot.
We appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank
Nice to meet you.
We should do a
Thanks so
picture.
much.
Enjoy the, are you staying for the show?
It was
Yes,
nice
we
meeting
are.
you. I like your tattoo.
Have fun tonight.
Yeah.
Should we do a picture?
Yeah.
I want to go. Have you met this stone?